All right, here we are at the Emo Fair. We are getting ready to leave. I want to do a tour on this truck, but obviously it is way too noisy here. There's loud music, there's rides, kids screaming, adults, I don't know. We're gonna go and do a tour on this truck in a quieter spot. So let's go for a drive. All right, we are all set. Safety first, buckle up, wheel down, and we are off. All right, so that was fun. It is raining. It's not pouring, but I think I have an idea. I'm gonna bring you a video and I might get wet. So let's head outside. All right, so here we are outside. It is raining and there's actually major thunderstorm warnings in effect for the area right here. So there's really dark clouds here, so this is going to be fun. I'm going to get some really cool video and some cool shots of this truck here, I think, but enough about all the videography and cinematography. Let's get into this truck, why you're here on this channel, and let's get into it. So, all right, this is a 2020 W900B heavy spec logger. This truck is designed for going into the bush. It has heavy components on it, and let's show you what it's all about. So starting up at the front here, this truck has a 16,000 pound rated spring on a 20,000 pound axle with disc brakes on the front here. So this is a 20,000 pound axle with a 16 spring, so you get a 16K rating with the Michelin 385 tires on the front, so you get the wide base steer tires. I put on the box bumper, so this is a chrome bumper that is boxed in, so it's heavy duty, very heavy duty materials, and it's got the center mount toe pin in the front there. Now it has the B model, so you got the wider grille, bigger rad, and you get the additional ribs here as well. And there's the Kenworth bug with some bugs on it. We order it also with the 2-inch rubber fender extensions right here, so you get a little bit of the road spray staying down, so it's not going to go down the side of the truck. Ooh, there's some lightning. Ooh, this is going to be fun. All right, so we also put on the air intake tube covers, so the breather covers right on there, so that's nice. 15-inch air cleaners, motorized mirrors with the lights mounted up on the mirror extensions there. The truck does have beacons with the dual air horns and the LED lights up on the roof. And I put on the 7-inch tailpipe, so those are the wider stacks there. So as far as what makes this truck heavy duty, it has a double frame rail. So if you look over here, you have the 10 3/4 frame rail with an insert. So there's two rails sleeved together there. So that's something a little different there. Also, we have your fuel right here. This isn't heavy duty, but what I do like to put on this is the 7-inch straps. Now, in a lot of applications, the 7-inch straps just give a good look to the truck, but the other thing that it does is it gives you more ground clearance. So as you can see down below here, there is a lot more ground clearance. So when you're going off-road into the bush, you're not having anything hanging down underneath, so you got a little bit more clearance. And the other advantage that you get with that is the fuel tank won't spin, because these here just grip that tank, hold it nice and tight. As far as the rear axle goes, we have the the Michelin XDS2 drive tires all around. They're mounted on aluminum rims. We have the New Way 52,000 pound suspension. So that is a 4-bag suspension, as you can see here. And that is on a 60-inch axle spread. So the axle spacing is 60 inches, which is something that works really well up in northwestern Ontario here. Looking above here on top of the frame rail is a heavy duty FW70, or they changed it, FW25. Hang on a second here. I gotta check my facts. FW70. So this is a 9-inch ride height. It's a 48-inch fifth wheel slide. So you can see here, this fifth wheel slides quite a bit. I believe I set it to be 20 inches back and then 28 inches ahead. So you got lots of room to slide it around. And then you have quite a bit of room here to put a headache rack or anything like that on the back of the cab, which this truck will likely get put on there. The truck has the Dana Spicer 46,000 pound rear axles. So those are the heavy duty diffs with the heavy housing and the oil pump on it as well. So it's the D46-170 HP. That's the model there. We got the heavy duty cross member on the back. This truck was very clean. It's actually not bad right now, just a little rain on it. And that rain is coming. We're gonna get hit. So looking down the side here, we have another fuel tank with the DEF tank ahead. So the fuel tanks are fairly close to lining up. They aren't quite centered in there, which I don't know, I kind of like it when the straps and the fuel tanks are kind of centered, but with the sizes here and to line them up, you're just limited with the where they can go. But that's just what it is. As far as the batteries, they're right in here. And yeah, let's take a look under the hood. Now this hood is a fiberglass hood, so it is a little bit different design than a W9L, which is a Meton hood. So that's a little difference between the two of them there. Whoop. We'll just crack this open here. I usually have to take 3 steps at it. 2, 3, and lean. Just gets a little sticky on these little rubbers right here. So they are lubed up a little bit, but that does tend to hold the hood down quite a bit. So looking on this side, you can see obviously it is a Cummins X15. It's a 100th anniversary edition badging on there, which is really neat. And it's also a 565 horsepower, 1850 torque rated engine. We have down here your remote lube terminal, your boosting terminals, your fuel water separator, you have your fuel filter, you have over here your engine oil fill, your check, power steering, your washer fluid up there, and then you got some fuses over there. Let's take a look on the other side. Do you hear that? So just a little bit about where I am right now. I am on Highway 71, north of the town of Finland at a pulp load check. So this is a road where a lot of my customers in the logging industry will drive up and down. They will get their load nice and even if their load is needing to be squeezed in. These rollers here just help to squeeze everything in. I'm not sure if they use them much very often. It looks like they do, but it's predominantly logging in this area, and yeah, we're out in the bush of northern Ontario. There's really good fishing here, by the way. All right, on to this side of the engine. I know I'm kind of babbling on about other things. We have dual power steering boxes. They're 10,000 pounds per side, so that's why you see one on this side. And like I said, the truck has disc brakes on the front axle. So you can see that down in there. We have your turbo. Look at the steam coming off the turbo here when the rain is hitting it. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so that's basically right here. On this side, this is where your air goes into the HVAC system of the for blowing heat or air conditioning into the cab. So if you want to have a little bit more filtration so there's no dust going in, you just put a little filter in there, available at the parts department. So that's a little bit about the truck on the outside. Let's finish this tour and take a look on the inside. But before we do, you know I really like doing that B-roll. So let's roll some B-roll. All right, so I am a little bit wet, but that's okay. It's not pouring. It will be here shortly. So I'm inside where it's dry, but my little contraption that I used, I had a folding table down at the emo fair. I just made a little teepee, and it kind of made my camera dry so I could get some shots. So anyhow, enough about that. So let's go over some of the options on the inside, and I apologize, it's pretty dirty. I've been working out of this truck for the last week, driving it around, showing customers. So let's get into it here. So what we have on this truck, we have mosquitoes in here, but we have the power window lifts right here. We have your mirror controls, heat, your adjustment there. Down below here, this is where you have all your lights. So if you want to turn your lights on for the, oh, there's some lightning, for the side of the bunk or on the mirrors, those are there. Here's your interior lights, engine fan, and then there's another exterior light. We have your gauges right up in here. Ooh, thunder. Your standard gauge cluster there. And then here is your additional gauges, air suspension load, your pusher axle. So that's something a little bit different. There is plumbing on the back of the truck for a trailer lift axle, so used in the logging industry. So there's your two separate valves for this two separate gauges to measure the pressures. There's to engage, and then down below here is the regulators, so you can turn those to how much pressure you need on each of the trailer axles. There's your regen switch, auxiliary lights for the air cleaner lights if someone wants to put those on. Your hazards, your beacons, your PTO switch so you can run a PTO or idle the truck. Here is your air slide, your fog lights, air suspension dump, and then your full locking differential. And then obviously up above here, we have your radio and then your navigation screen, the Nav Plus. Now you might be asking, where are the Jake brakes and the cruise control switches? Well, they're right here in the steering column. So you've got your Jake brakes, your cruise control, and then you got your adjustments for high beam, low beam if you'd like, and then your clearance light flasher right there to have your interrupter switch. Again, I got all my camera gear down on the floor here right now, so just sorry about the mess, but it will be cleaned up, I promise. We have the 18-speed manual transmission right here. We ordered the trucks with the Air Cushion Premium Plus leather seats, so that's a handy little cup holder. That cup holder, this will bounce around like that, so that just kind of holds it nice and steady. Squeeze that in. It does have the heat function, and then you have your adjustments for the lumbar supports down below. I like to keep my cell phone in that spot. It's a nice spot. We have the stowable armrests right up here, so those just flip up and out of the way. In the bunk here, we have some storage down below. Now, I don't know if you can see, there's a wire, and I have the refrigerator turned on, keeping my nice cold water. So I've been keeping my waters cold in there all day while I've been working. We got a nice little bed back here, so I'm gonna throw my table on that afterwards. And then the folding chair does not come with the truck. That is mine. And we have storage up above here and here. And as you can see, it has the diamond stitched interior with the rear window. So it's all black interior. I love it. It's gorgeous. I would put this truck to work. Hey, maybe I will buy this truck and put it to work. I'll sell them. I'll stick to selling. But anyhow, this is what we got in the bunk. So I hope you enjoyed it. So that's a short and sweet tour on this stock logger. I'm hoping that somebody up in Northwestern Ontario will be buying this truck, putting it to work and making some money with it. So if you are interested in getting a price and you're watching this, give me a call, 204-293-9180. I'm Andy. You can email me. All my contact information is below. If you are just a subscriber to the channel, or if this is the first time that you've come to this channel and you would like to subscribe, hit that button down below and hit that bell so you get notified when new videos come out. I do live videos once in a while, so if you want to get notified when I'm doing those, check off that bell. And if you want to check out my website where I have a link to our inventory at Inland Kenworth, just click up here. This will take you to not Andy the Kenworth Guy, thekenworthguy.com, and you can see what is all about there. And I'm also on other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. You can follow me there. All the links are on thekenworthguy.com. So check that out. A little tired. I've been working 14, 15-hour days here for the last 5 days in a row. My weekend starts right now. Wait a second, I didn't say goodbye. So goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, have yourself the world's best day.